This is the Madden Championship Series brought to you by USAA, an official salute to service partner of Madden and the NFL. USAA proud to serve the military and their families, and we join you from USAA Stadium. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Denver Broncos. Here's the former Florida Gator, Eddie Pinheiro, to get us started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Broncos take the field behind their third-year QB, who has really come into his own, leading Denver to the AFC title game last season, Bo Nix.
Was an immediate starter as a rookie and continued to grow as the Broncos advanced to the AFC Championship game last year. Expectations this season? Get to the Super Bowl.
And a nice job there skipping away from the one tackle and ends up getting 5 yards out of that. Second down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Now Dobbins again on second down. Only a couple there. It's going to be brought down about the 28.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Now it's Nix. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
That's good.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
2nd and 5.
Now 2nd and 5. Here's Nix. That's the second-year man, Troy Franklin. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 36. Nick's going to tap this forward. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Off the play fake, here's Nix. He'll get that complete to Franklin. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 25-yard line. Denver has a 1st down on the 15-yard play. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, and I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. Sheds off the tackle. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Off the play fake. Nix. Over the middle. It's complete. So 5 yards here. 5 on the play. And that'll bring up second down.
Brings up second and 5 at the 49ers 7-yard line.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game considering the blitz that they just had against them.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on third down. Another run here with Dobbins. They only got 2, but that is enough as they'll convert to make it first and goal. They stopped there on third. They could have held them to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on first and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I'd go right at them with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on third down.
Dobbins looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be second and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. J.K. Dobbins punching it in from a yard away. And the Broncos put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Will Lutz on for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos.
Makes the score.
So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. Lutz now to kick this one away. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their 38. Loose inside the 30. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, 62 yards. And the Niners are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
I'm sure you heard the noise surrounding him, asking how much tread can be left on the tires. Well, I think he answered that question. He looked as explosive as ever on that breakaway run. I think it's safe to say he still has a lot to offer this league, even if he's in the latter part of his career.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
At 7.
So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball to make a big play. Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw, here's Nix. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Trying to run for it. Here's Harvey. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Dobbins running out of the gun. Oh, what a move. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 46 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
To throw is Nix. Franklin with the catch. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
In motion right goes Sutton. Shot at the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Portland Sutton. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 26-yard line.
So from the 26-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. A give, Dobbins trying the right side. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Throwing Nix. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity miss there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
44-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime.
Will Lutz
following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
In motion right, Evans. Back to throw, Purdy. And This one is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's 2nd and 10. In motion goes the tight end. Now Purdy. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
49ers are counting on Mike Evans to be that valuable veteran who gives them big-time production. Remember, his first 11 years in the league, over 1,000 yards receiving each season.
Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Here's Purdy. Connects with Kittle underneath. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
A gain of 7
They'll go for a
yards.
gain of 7. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Again, it's Purdy to throw it. That is caught. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 41-yard line. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. He completes it to Evans. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
And inches at the Broncos' 31-yard line.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Throwing here, Purdy. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Facing 2nd and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not just handle this one? Got all the yards you needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
Purdy. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Purdy now to throw. Quick slant caught by Kirk. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. From 28 yards out, the kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that is incomplete.
So we are deadlocked at the break here, and the EA Sports Halftime Report starts now. Here's Scott Hanson.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hanson here with an abridged version of the Halftime Report. Both offenses still trying to find their way. Tight, competitive game, though, as we are tied at the half. To find out who will come out on top, let's rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3.
Will Lutz to kick
And
off
ready to
for
get the party
Broncos.
started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter.
Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours. Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
84 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Nick Bonito coming in there to record the sack. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Connects with Kittle underneath.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play.
And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
How to approach this. Third down and 16 yards to go. Purdy looking to throw.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
The Broncos offense and their running back getting set to go once more.
Looking to put a drive together.
Next to the air. They'll find Dobbins out of the backfield.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Niners will go on offense, first and 10.
As the visitors head back out, we take a look at the defensive coordinator for the home team. His guys looking to come up with a stop here in this tie game.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
From the 33, here's second and 5.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
From the gun on third down, Purdy.
And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now fourth down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Waitman now to punt as he sends this one away.
It's taken to the 26.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return.
And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is first and 10 at the 35-yard line. Back to throw. Nix.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's number one goal is to throw that timing off.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is second and 10.
Looking to throw. Nix. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. So now third and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. to throw. Nix.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT.
A 52-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. Or maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense and Christian McCaffrey ready to go once more. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
In motion, the tight end. Throwing on second down. Purdy. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
A gain of 16
First catch of the game there for Samuel, and it results in a first down. They'll send Kirk in motion right.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Brings up second and 7.
We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 7.
It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. From the 40 now on second down. Purdy delivering a pass here to Evans on the out route. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All other guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
This is 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw. Purdy. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 26. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. Just a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain, but I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Operating from the gun, Purdy. And he he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Out of the gun now on third down.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the fourth down.
This is up and good from Pinheiro.
And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive. They stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter.
A short throw to Ingram. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the fourth quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
This quarterback now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it first and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Harvey now on first and 10.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
A gain of 19 yards. That's good for a Broncos first down.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got it first and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score.
Now a handoff for Dobbins.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line.
He's taken down.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Eyes closed and my heart open just to get this off my chest.
Here's second down and 3. Nick's going to give to Harvey.
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
A gain of 16 yards.
Boy, missed tackles. That could be their downfall, Charles.
Yeah, they actually let him out of bounds there. Instead of the clock continuing to run, they let him out, and it turned into another timeout for him. Not good at all.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's first and 10 now. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now it's Nix. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. As he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game.
What can they come up with here? It's 3rd and 7. Here's Nix. Open man is Bryant. He's got it.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
First down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Nix.
And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Adam Troutman from 4 yards out. And the Broncos have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Wants to try to add the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. Lutz now to kick this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as they get this up to the 29. So Purdy and the Niners down 20-13, 1:07 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Purdy to throw.
He finds his target. It's Evans.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 34-yard line.
Here comes 2nd down and 5. Here's Purdy to throw. Finding Samuel.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Purdy. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Purdy to throw.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon.
3rd down.
Purdy with one final shot here.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. It all came down to one final jump ball on the Hail Mary, but partner, the defense was ready, able to force it to be incomplete. Ball game over.
Look, let's face it, everybody wants to work the ball in closer and take a more high percentage pass to try and tie the game, but the Hail Mary, that's what they had to work with. And now they're just hoping that their jumpers can get up higher and are stronger than the defenders. Not the case in this instance. They end up losing the game.